Where do you start? Every year we start with brain states. And so we teach the teachers the brain states, but we teach the kids the brain states too. Because our kids need to understand it, and we preload all this information with them. But how do you teach it to where it's entertaining? Like, our kids need to be entertained. They're used to playing video games. They're used to watching YouTube videos. We can't just get up there and talk to them. They want to be entertained by it. So we do skits. So I'm going to show you just a little example of the skit we did the very first time we did it, because it's our best video. But we have done this exact same skit every single year for the last 15 years. The flow of the skit doesn't change at all. The examples change. Students give us different examples to use, but everything else stays the same. And I've asked the teachers, do y'all want to change it? And they say no, because it works. So what happens is that the kids teach the other kids. So I pull a group of 6th graders, which is our oldest. I pull a group of 6th graders, and they pick examples for what does this survival state look like in a 5th or 6th grader or a middle schooler. What does it look like for them? What does it look like when your teacher is in their survival state? What does it look like when your parent is in their survival state? Because they have to be able to recognize it. Our kids are old enough to be able to recognize it and to help with it. But if we don't show them what it looks like and don't talk about it with their examples, then they don't get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little piece of this. We're just going to watch the survival state part.
All right, so today we're going to talk about our brain. And we're going to talk about how you feel on the inside affects how you...
Excuse me, Skripka, but I got this. You might be asking yourself, what does that mean? Well, let me explain. It means the way you feel on the inside affects how you feel on the outside. How you act on the outside. How's that, you might ask? Well, there are 3 brain states you need to know about. We'll think of it like a car. I'm listening. The first thing we need to talk about is the survival state. When you're in your survival state, you're in your brain system, which is located here in the lowest part of your brain. Well, we'll think of it as you turn through the car. The survival state asks, in my state, when you're in your survival state, you feel threatened. So you fight, you give up or surrender, and you fight. For example, the survival state might look and sound like this. I'm very girlfriend like this, and she threw her backpack on and it's looking like this. She's in a survival state.
So we did it for all of them, but they got it. They're laughing, they're cutting up, they think it's funny, you tie music into it, but they get what you're talking about. They know exactly, I mean, again, y'all know we have 95% Hispanic population. They know what it means when mom grabs a chancla. They know what that means. And it's not just something random that's out there. We're not giving them random examples. The kids said, this is what we see. This is what we do. They go through every brain state, and then they do a guess the state at the end. After we do this in an assembly, a school family assembly, then we can really start teaching it with the kids. You can't teach it until we preload that information. Preload the information to everybody.